Hello, this is Patrick with Lone Wolf Software, and this is a quick tutorial to show you how to use the search option in Contact Wolf contact management software, or contact software for Windows. So what you see right now on your screen is Contact Wolf's main window. We have one record currently selected, Albert Abner's sample record basically. And this is a sample database. And what we're going to do is we're going to do some searches, and I'm going to show you how to actually search for different things in Contact Wolf. Limit your searches so you can find exactly what you're looking for and do it very quickly. The search options in Contact Wolf are quite robust. There's lots of ways to limit and zero in on what you're looking for. So I'm going to give you a few examples today on how we should do that. And the first thing I would say is you want to choose the data fields that are going to be searched in Contact Wolf. Whenever you do a search, you want to take the first thing you should do is take a look at the data fields that are being searched. And right next to the search box here in the upper right hand corner is a little button with a question mark on it. If you just click on that, you'll see all the different database, all the different data fields that are being searched currently. Anything with a check mark, of course, is going to be looked at. Now, obviously, the more data fields you have selected, the longer the search algorithm is going to take to find what you're looking for. If you have a large database, it can be substantial. So, a large database is probably over 100,000 entries, but if it's a smaller database, you probably don't have to worry about it too much. But I would definitely recommend, if it's a large database, to just select the data fields that you're specifically looking for whatever search phrase or whatever it is you're looking for. Just select those data fields if you can to limit the search. Plus, it'll also give you better results. You're not going to get some extraneous results from some other data field that you didn't even want to search. But in this first search, we're just going to search everything. I don't have the contact log here selected because we don't really need that right now, but pretty much everything else is being selected. So we're just going to accept these defaults right now, which is pretty much searching just about everything in all the different data fields. So right now you see Albert Abner on here, and we're just going to search for a few things that we can see here that already contained in his record. If you look here, we can see that he is a Maryland resident. So let's just first let's click off of him so he's not listed. We'll go to the search box, and we're just going to simply type in Maryland. Now, if you notice, Maryland was capitalized with an M in his information that was displayed in his record. But whenever you search, it's not case sensitive, so you can just type it in lowercase. So if we click Maryland, and I should also mention right now, the searches are dependent upon the group that you have selected. And in this case, we have the all group over here selected, which just means all the records in your database are going to be searched. If you click on one of these other groups, subgroups, which you can create and assign records as you please to certain groups, you again limit the search, because whenever you have a subgroup selected from the all group, you're only looking at a subset of records. So you again limit your search if you click on one of your groups. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So right now we're going to just search for Maryland. We're going to look at any of the records that have Maryland in any of the data fields. You click on the search button, and you can see the search bar is working through this, and it's going to show the results right here in this column here with the name. So we have, let's see, we have 2, 6, 7 records here that have Maryland. And I can show you. So we have Albert, which we knew had Maryland. We click on Agatha, see Maryland, Davis, and also there's Maryland, Ewing, Maryland, Jasper, Maryland. So you see it did return the records that have Maryland in it. So let's go back to Albert, and I'll show you how you can link search terms. So we're going to do that now. You can link search terms in Contact Wolf simply by using a plus sign. Very simple. So we see that Albert is from Maryland, and he's at a zip code of 21122. So let's now search for Maryland. And we want also to look at just 21122 zip codes. So simply enter a space, a plus sign, another space, and then the zip. Now if we search for that, we're going to just find records that have Maryland and that particular zip code. And we click on search, and we see it's searching through the records. And we should get fewer results than the 7 before, and we have 4. So we can see that this one has a 21122. Agatha has the 21122 in Maryland also, so that's correct. Same thing with Davis, and then Jack Ewing. So now we have 4 records that match that search term. So let's go back to Albert again. Here he is. He's a very popular guy. And this time we're going to limit the search even more. So looks like over here in the supplemental section, looks like one of his hobbies is sailing. So let's search for Maryland residents with 21122 as their zip that like sailing. So again, we're going to link it with an extra plus sign. So you just type in Maryland plus 21122 plus sailing. Now we should limit our search even more by clicking search again. It's searching now for the 3 terms that have to be present in the one record, and now we've limited it just to Albert. He's the only record currently in the database that has those 3 search terms: Maryland, the zip code, and 21122. So you can see how you can link terms by just adding a plus sign. You can link up to 5 different terms by just adding a plus sign and another search term. Now you can also, you don't just have to use one word as a search term. You can also use a phrase. For example, we see here Albert is the head of software development. So let's just put in head of software. We're going to copy that from here. We're going to put that into the search box. So now it's going to be looking for this search phrase. So you don't just have to link, or you're not just limited to search terms. You can put phrases in there too. So if we click the search button, now it's looking for that phrase, and it looks like it's already returned Albert. And yes, he's the only one with that's the head of software development. So now let's do that again. And this time we're going to eliminate him because we're going to put a search phrase and add a zip code, but we know his zip code's 21122. So let's put a different zip code, 12345. And this time he should be eliminated from the search results. So we're searching, just going to show you how it is looking at all the different terms that you're putting in. So now there's no results. Albert's gone because his zip code was different. So let me get again. Oh, and these search results, right now you're in search mode and you have nothing listed. You can get out of search mode very easily by simply clicking on one of the letters A through Z here, which will list the records again for the all, in this case we're at the all group. So now let's go, I'm going to show how you can, of course you can, as I said, you can click on the question mark button here and you can select the data fields you want selected, and you can limit the searches and things like that. So you can really customize your searches so that you can find exactly what you're looking for. This time we're going to go to a different group. So we're going to click on let's click on the relatives group. And so now we're working with less records, a subset of the records in the all group, which is all the records. And it looks like, doesn't look like Albert's in this group. But let's do a search in the relatives for Maryland and see what we get back. And you see this time, because there's less records in the relatives group, Albert doesn't come up because he's not in the relatives group. So we only have one record that was returned here, and he's from Maryland. So again, you can, and now we have this is what's being displayed for this search. You can click back on any of these letters, and now we're just showing the A records for the relatives group. Anytime you want to go back to the all group, just click on the all group. It'll list all the records, and then if you click on the letters, it shows you the records associated, in this case, with the A tab. So there's lots of ways you can limit your searches and tailor your searches to find exactly what you want. As you can see, the search results are pretty fast, and if you limit the search data fields that are being looked at by, again, selecting this question mark button and deselecting some of these search fields, you can make searches extremely fast. Again, it's also going to be somewhat dependent as a function of the size of your database. And if you click this little save current settings here at the bottom, whatever changes you make will be saved, so the next time you open it, it will be exactly as you saved before. Okay, so let's do one more search. I'll show you how to say search for a group. Now, of course, the easiest way to list a group would just be to click on the group name, but I'll show you could also search for a group. So in this case, we'll click on the question mark button. We're going to look the groups button. The groups option here is selected. We want to keep that selected, and we're going to eliminate everything else so that nothing else is actually used or looked at in the search algorithm. So right now, the only thing that's really selected is groups. We're going to click OK, and let's search for a group. So in this case, we'll search for the school. We know there's a school group, so type in school and search. And you can see that you only get one school group, and in fact, yeah, that one didn't work. Oh no, that's right. So the school group here, that is the only record in the school group. And if you look at relatives, we have, what's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's go back to all, and we'll search for relatives. Since we're only looking at the groups, we should have 7 results. And this, as you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 results. So it just shows you that you can limit. In this case, we limited our search just to looking at the group names, and even though we're looking at the all group, all the records are being searched, we're only returning records from the groups that are for the relatives, which is what we searched for. Let's go back to this. So you see there's lots of ways you can tailor your search to find what you're looking for. You can link search phrases, individual search terms, and pretty much anything by just using a plus sign. Okay, well, that's all for today. Thanks for listening, and look for a lot more videos to show you how to work with ContactWolf. Thanks for listening. Bye.